Santiago. I'm with Marlin Engineering, and this morning I'd like to present to my fellow Toastmasters a presentation about a very important project that's going on right now in Doral. I'm sure many of you have driven down the Palmetto Expressway and are wondering, why is that bridge hanging over 25th Street? Why is that bridge to nowhere sitting there? So this morning I'm going to talk to you about that project, and I'm going to talk to you about 3 lessons that we learned on that project. That project is located in the city of Doral, and it's what we call what we consider a non-state arterial. Originally, the project started at the county level, and it was moved up to the State Department of Transportation for construction. It basically is going to serve the west cargo area at Miami Airport and connect the west cargo area to what they call the Flower District in the city of Doral. I don't know if many of you knew that in the city of Doral, we happen to be the home of the largest import and export. We happen to be the hub for the flower industry in the southeastern United States.
Complete United States.
What's that?
The complete United States.
The complete, yes, that's right. And I think Florence is part of that industry too, if I'm not mistaken. Why is it important? Miami Airport is the #1 airport in terms of international cargo, and #3 in U.S. total cargo. The international airport, the Miami International Airport, has an economic impact of $18.3 billion. What we call the west cargo area, adjacent to the airport, has 2.8 million square feet of Class A cargo handling facilities. And the daily trips entering and exiting the west cargo area will be about 7,000 by the year 2020. The limits of the project, and many are probably wondering, where is that bridge going to go to, that bridge to nowhere? That bridge to nowhere will begin at the west side cargo area and end at end at Northwest 89th Court. Currently, the truck traffic in this corridor is 20%. 20% of the traffic in this corridor are trucks. And prior to the bridge being constructed, and after also, there are 4 gate-controlled FEC railroad track crossings. This is a picture of what it looked like before the construction began. This is the west cargo area in the airport, and this is just the traffic information. The current year, well, the current year was 2003 when we started the project, and then the projected volume of traffic along the corridor will be 55,000 cars per day, with 20% being trucks. This is just a timeline of how the whole study developed. The project actually started in 1995. It takes about 15 years for a project of this magnitude to begin to be studied, approved by the federal government, and constructed. We anticipate finishing this project in the year 2015. There's just details of all the phases that we went through. We went through the study phase, the design phase, and now we're in construction. Now, the proposed project the project is actually comprised of 2 major components. One of them is an at-grade improvement, which means the roadway is going to be widened from 3 to 6 lanes. And that's going to happen from 72nd Avenue to 87th Avenue. The improvements that we're going to be implementing in that improvement on the road or at grade is we're going to improve the way cars and trucks will turn at the intersections. We're going to be adding new signals. We're going to be improving the access management, which means that we're going to be minimizing the amount of openings or median openings and also minimizing the amount of driveways as well. We're going to be improving the lighting, and we're also going to be improving the drainage, and also provide landscaping for the city of Doral. The other component, which is the major component and the more visible one, is the viaduct, which is the bridge. And that bridge is running in the center of the roadway, and it's going to run from the West Cargo area to the 82nd Avenue intersection. And you've probably been hearing that folks want to extend that bridge all the way to the Florida Turnpike. First lesson that we learned on this project, one is that there are advantages to having a double-decker structure, as they call it. Basically, we're separating all the truck traffic from the at-grade, from the regular traffic at grade, which means that when you're traveling as a motorist, you won't have to deal with all the heavy truck traffic, as far as weaving and the flow of traffic. We're also going to be generating major economic improvements with the area. This is what it looks like now. Okay. The current status of the project is the east project has been completed, and that's the Bridge to Nowhere, and the west project is underway right now. It just began in June, and that's the one that's scheduled to be completed in 2015. The viaduct was split into two segments for a couple of reasons. One, it was split for the cost, to minimize the cost, and the other was also for simplifying the construction impacts on the motoring public. And this is the cost of each segment. The east segment was $130 million, and the west segment was $58 million. The second lesson was that a project of this magnitude is better off being split into two, because you get two different contractors bidding and you get more competitive pricing. So we were able to split the project and save the state $40 million. These are some of the issues that we encountered during design. We had a lot of utility conflicts. We had conflicts with the FAA. We had major coordination issues. We had multi-agency coordination that we had to perform. The construction team was comprised of the contractor, the DOT, Marlin Engineering, consultants. It's a multi-team effort. Project issues encountered during construction, unforeseen drainage and utility conflicts. We had to revise the MOT based on complaints from the city and from the motoring public. We had a major public involvement program informing the public that this job was happening, was going to happen, and during the construction we were involved with the public. The third lesson is that the engineer of record, or Marlin Engineering, became part of the construction process. We developed a team, a partnering relationship, and we developed trust within the project team. And what this did was it helped accelerate construction, and it gave way to a proactive attitude and not a reactive attitude. The lessons we learned, again, to summarize, the three major lessons that we learned in this project were, where possible, separate traffic, which is separate the truck traffic from the at-grade traffic, divide major project at reasonable locations and allow for more competitive bidding, which is what I mentioned. We saved the state $40 million. And we integrated the design team in construction and created a partnering atmosphere so that way the construction would go faster. And that's my presentation. Any questions?